Donna Anderson of the NDSU Extension Service, and today we will be making a grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or if you choose, a grilled peanut butter and banana sandwich. And it's a healthy snack, or it can be a nutritious lunch. We are going to be using peanut butter. However, if you are allergic to, we're going to be just using a creamy peanut butter. If you are allergic to peanut butter, which a lot of children are, SunButter, which is made with sunflower seeds, is an option for you. So we're going to be starting off by putting peanut butter on one slice of our bread. Actually, the recipe calls for about 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, and to me that's a lot of peanut butter, but some people like peanut butter quite a bit. So we'll prepare both sandwiches at the same time. Maybe you want to do a taste comparison between the 2 different sandwiches. Okay, we'll put our peanut butter aside. Then we're going to scoop out some jelly. I have a knife here. And they said about a couple tablespoons of jelly. You can also buy peanut butter that has both the peanut butter and the grape jelly in it. We'll spread that on the other side of our sandwich. Okay, we'll wait for that one. And the other one, we're going to do a banana. So let's go ahead. Now I have washed this banana already. If you've not gotten into the habit of washing your bananas, make sure that you wash all produce. It's because sometimes there might be residues on there that we don't want in our food. And you can see that I touched the peel of the banana, and then I picked up and I touched the inside. So of course I want to, even though I'm getting rid of this peel, I want to make sure that I've not transferred any residues onto my banana. Okay, so I find it easier to slice them when I cut them in half. And this is where knife skills come in handy. And then we're just going to take our banana . Now we're ready to take it to the griddle and brown it on the outside. Okay, I think that our grill, and you can see that I have a countertop grill that we're going to use. We're going to use it on a high heat. I've got it at 400 because we're going to brown our sandwiches on both sides. We'll put a little bit of spray on that. I have found that it doesn't brown as well for me, so I actually kind of use a light, and I put a very, very, very light coat of the product. And I like to use a product that doesn't have any of the hydrogenated oils in it. And this product that I'm using does not have any of the hydrogenated oils. But you can see I'm just using a very skim coat of the butter. Not butter, but spread. And this is going to help it to brown. Okay, we want to make sure our grill is ready. So let's just take a little bit of water. If it sizzles, that means it's ready. Okay, that being said, let's go ahead and place our sandwiches on the griddle. And then we're going to butter the other side. That helps to eliminate some of the mess that we do. We don't want it back on our counter. And again, just a very minimal coat. And we're going to cook that till it browns on both sides. You can check from time to time. It should have a nice brown color, might be a few minutes. Okay, we're now ready to flip our sandwiches. You can see we had a nice brown on both sides. And we'll wait for the other side to brown. Should just take a few minutes. Okay, our sandwiches are now done. You can see that they're brown on both sides. Let's go ahead and we're going to quarter them up. And they are hot on the inside, so we're going to let them cool for a minute or so on our cutting board before we transfer them to a plate. We'll be back in a minute. It's cooled off enough that we can eat it, and you can see the jelly and the peanut butter in those sandwiches. We have that with a nice glass of milk. Here is our peanut butter and banana sandwich. And if you want to put, one of my 4-H'ers in Georgia actually liked a little chocolate syrup with there, so we figured we'd just drizzle a little bit of chocolate syrup on top of that as well. And there's a nice sweet snack.